I've got John McPartner with me. How you doing, John?
I'm fine, Idrees, and you?
How was Friday prayers for you?
I always enjoy Friday prayers because when I'm in a mosque, I pray.
That's good. What are you doing here today? You've got your campaign hat on today, or you just have a community visit?
It's a mixture of the social and the campaigning, and the two, I suppose, are intertwined. But I come to Friday prayers very frequently, as you probably know, and I enjoy meeting a lot of people that I know so well and have known for years and years.
And how's your campaign going? You're standing in this ward, and you've been very active. How's things? How's the response on the doorsteps?
Well, it's been absolutely fantastic. Councillor Pervaz Khan and myself and Zafia Khan, we've been campaigning for 6 months. This isn't a recent phenomenon. Over 2 weeks, we've been doing this for months and months and months, and we've met so many people, and we are very, very hopeful of victory on Thursday next.
Having such a diverse ward to represent or to fight for, is it a mixed blessing, challenges, or?
I love representing a town centre ward. I've represented Middlehaven for something like 12 or 13 years, and I would love to be one of the 3 new councillors with Pervaz Khan and Zafia Khan in Central Ward. The people are magical, and I just love it, and I love the diversity of the town centre as well. It's such a blessing for the town.
John, we will be speaking to Pervaz in a little while as well, and we'll hopefully get you on our Community Voice TV.
I look forward to that, Idrees, immensely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I want to speak to a couple of ladies here who are doing some campaigning. Hi, what's your name?
Katie Parkinson.
Katie, who are you campaigning for?
For Andy Preston.
Andy Preston for Mayor?
For, most definitely, yeah.
How's the campaign been going so far?
Excellent. Really very, very positive. He's got a lot to offer Middlesbrough.
And the community, have they been quite positive in what Andy has to offer for the town?
Yes, he's got everything that we all want and need. We need that prosperity to come back into Middlesbrough. We need the family values, we need investment, and Andy can help us with that.
That's great. And what's your name?
My name is Claire. I'm Claire Preston, Andy's sister.
Oh, well, hello Claire, how are you?
Hi, really good, thank you.
How's the campaign going from your point of view? Have you been enjoying working for and supporting Andy's campaign?
Well, obviously I'm trying to support him as a family member, and it's been going really well, but I just get so frustrated with all the negative campaigning of other candidates when he's got such a positive message and doesn't get involved in any of that negativity, and he's got so much to offer. He really is the only one for the job.
You're here in the Central Ward today and outside the Jamia Mosque. Probably a different audience for you?
Brand new experience. I'm really interested and appreciate the opportunity to come along. Thank you.
For Community Voice TV, I've got Pervaz Khan, who is standing as one of the independent councillors for this Central Ward.
Central Ward, yeah.
And you've been, obviously you're not campaigning here today, but your role as the community
organisers. I'm busy doing a collection at the moment for the Islamic Society of Cleveland.
You're not collecting for your campaign, are you?
No, I'm not collecting for my campaign, no. We are doing really well with our campaign, and it's looking really positive, so we haven't been doing we've been busy with the campaign, but today we're not.
Okay, you also have Len Junior as well, John, and
we have Len Junior here. He's out campaigning. Councillor John McPartland. We have Andy Preston and other mayoral candidates.
I think they sat inside in the warm.
Oh yeah, sat inside in the warmth. It's a bit cold.
So what sort of response are you having from?
We're getting a very good response from within the community at large. We've got 5,600 electors within the Central Ward, and at the moment it's been looking very, very positive towards myself, Zafia Khan and John McPartland.
Well, Pervaz, wish you all the best with your campaign. It's not too far away now.
No, it's not too far away at all. We've got a week left, and hopefully it'll be all positive.
I've got Len Junior here.
Hi, Idrees, how are you doing?
Thanks for coming to the Waterloo Road Mosque. You'll be in there meeting people as they're going in and out.
Yeah, it's a mosque I attend fairly regularly. Obviously, my friends are ward councillors here, so I come down with them. But this was maybe to be a specific event for the mayoral candidates, and we were only too happy to come along and only too happy to be friendly with the other candidates as well.
That's great. And how are you generally feeling? Are you optimistic?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. I'm very tired. It's been a long, campaign that's whizzed past quickly, but still a long campaign. A week to go, and we've done what we can do now, I think, and it's up to the people of Middlesbrough to make that choice.
Definitely. And you've been having a bit of banter with Andy Preston. I'll just have a quick chat with him. Andy?
Hello, Idrees. Hi.
How's it going? How's your campaign going?
I think the campaign's good. I'm exhausted. I'm stressed. It's quite fun, but it's really exhausting.
Well, you haven't got too long to go. I'm going to let you do some of your marketing and...
I'm just handing out leaflets there. Sorry, I'm breaking off to hand out some leaflets.
It's all right, feel free.
First of all, can I thank you for being here and for allowing me to come to your church, to your masjid, your mosque, and to speak to you. I'm not worried that only maybe 40 people are here. I'm very pleased that it's quality as well as quantity, and that the word will travel to the rest of your families in the community. Not just about me, but about the general standing of candidates we have here today. These people get on well with me, we relate well to one another, we've had no battles and fights, unlike some of the things we've seen in the past in the town that you love, and I am here to represent if I get the chance. For those who haven't came across me in the past, and the vast majority of you have, my name's Mike Carr. I'm of Middlesbrough, from Middlesbrough. I love Middlesbrough, and I want to explain to you in 5 minutes why I think you should support me, why I hope you will support me. In essence, and I've said this in other places, and some of you may be bored with hearing it, but I want Middlesbrough to be the kind of place where my children want to raise their children. One of the saddest things about my situation is that my 2 oldest children, who were born in Parkside Maternity Hospital, are now away from Middlesbrough, trying to make their way in life, when I would rather they were doing well in Middlesbrough, where I could love them and care for them and see them on a regular basis. Where I really wish that they would have kids themselves. 29 and 27, how long am I going to have to wait? I've tried dropping hints. I've tried telling them I want to be a grandfather, and I don't care if I have a long beard and it's white and I look old. I don't care. I just want kids, and I want grandkids. But the importance of that to me, and the importance of family, is that your family are placed where you can care for them best. And I want them in Middlesbrough, where I can see them develop, and I want other generations to want to be here like I do. In order for that to happen, I've got involved in politics in the past. I've always done my best. I've never promised I could do everything. I would be a fool to say that. I haven't said that I've changed the world massively outside of this town, but I have changed it in a small way and in good ways. Someone asked me very recently why he should support me and what he can say to others about why he should support me. I want to sum it up by saying it's honesty and openness. First and foremost, what I am and what you see is what you get. I can't put on a show for you. I won't be able to sell you the towels on Leeds Market. I won't be able to sell you a car that limps up the road and packs up on you. I am what I am. And many of you know me long enough to know when I've gone through sad times, when I've been upset, when I've lost people and friends and loved ones, and you've been there for me. I want to be there for you. Some of you have been there in the past when times have been really hard. Even when 4 years ago I lost the opportunity to represent you as I wanted to when I fought against Mr. Mallon. But that openness and that honesty that I want you to see again, I want to take forward, no matter what position I have the opportunity to hold. I desperately hope I have the chance to be your mayor, but I'd like to quickly move on and say experience and ability are extremely important. Some of you know the things that I've done for the area that I lived in. I lived in Haddon Street, Apsley Street, 50 feet away. I lived in Talbot Street, Coppice Road, Clareville Road, you name it. It's my town. But the experience to change things positively is important. Newland Road. I nearly forgot Newland Road. The experience to change things is important. I actually think as candidates these are a good bunch. Obviously, I want you to vote for me. But I'll tell you this. The experience of local government is not something that everyone here has. The experience of doing extremely well in management or extremely well in some other industry is extremely commendable and desirable. But knowledge and understanding of social services, of education, of the police, of the fire authority, of health, that's something you can only really get from being in local government. I won't knock the good people who've served in it. Some of them are here today. And I will not wave bye-bye to the experience I've had or pretend that it isn't important, because it is. I was 16 years a councillor, 8 years representing most of you here and now. I want to move on quickly and say I'm reliable. I've been out of this council for 12 years. Some leaflets have been published with the name M. Carr and a claim of 100 and something thousand. It isn't me. I haven't claimed one bean in the past 12 years, and I left before full-time salaries were paid. Finally, I want to say that I'm available to you, and I will do what I say I will do. There are things, specific questions about perhaps even Southfield Road. Maybe somebody will ask a question about that.
Yeah.
If you want me to answer that now, should I? No?
No.
If you want me to tell you I can deliver things that aren't deliverable, I won't. But what I can promise you is I'll always be here for you, as I have been in and outside of local authority service. That won't change. If you'll help me through your families and your contacts and your acquaintances, I will reward you only with my loyalty, my understanding, my fairness, my ability to fight your corner. Last thing, and it is the last thing I'll say because my time's now up. There's a danger that Middlesbrough is going to be left behind. We don't deserve to have less than other parts of the country. We're not lesser people. We deserve not to be left behind, either in employment, education, health, or any of the other essential services that I feel the Mayor can deliver and can help you to enjoy to the full. Fairness is not the least of the list. It's probably right at the top of the list. And as a community, you deserve fairness first and foremost. I promise you, given the opportunity, I will deliver for you. And I will continue for as long as you want me to. Thank you.
I think I'll begin by saying Assalamu alaikum. I am comfortable in a Muslim community, thankfully. A good friend of mine is Shab Mehdi, who used to own MSV, but I remember Uncle Mehdi talking many things about the community. And I've spent some time away working in Asia, where I had some very good friends in the Muslim community. So I do feel at home, and I do thank you for opening up the mosque and allowing me to come here and address you. So thank you for that. It means a lot. My name is Dave Roberts. I'm 50 years of age. I'm a Middlesbrough boy. I was born in Town Farm, quickly moved just up the road to Priestfields, where I was brought up by my mum and dad. I now live in Marton. I'm somebody who is extremely passionate about Middlesbrough and about all that Middlesbrough offers. That is the reason why I gave up my job in December to stand full-time and to campaign full-time to become your mayor. It is a big risk. Mike is right. We have some impressive candidates. Competition is very tough, and I respect all of them, even the two candidates who aren't with us today. But I do believe that I am the most suited candidate for this position for a number of reasons. I am a Middlesbrough boy. I live in Middlesbrough. I'm passionate about my town. I think my town, including every single resident in Middlesbrough, can get much better. We can come together, involve each other, that's communities and individuals, and we can build this town to where we need this town to be. But most of all, I believe the multiculturalism that this town offers is the basis of us moving forward. It is the highest multicultural population in the northeast, and I think that's a benefit, a true benefit, because it gives us a chance to educate ourselves, involve ourselves, find out about each other's cultures, share those cultures, learn about beliefs, because there are some parties involved in the national politics who don't want to do that. The colour, the flavours, the creed, everything mixed together is a wonderful opportunity for us. It is a fantastic town, and it is a big strength of ours. And I have seen true multiculturalism work. I was based in Singapore for a few years. There, my children were brought up at an impressionable age. My daughter's now 14, my son is 12. But they don't see colour of skin. They don't see religion. They don't see differences in creed. They don't even see differences in culture. My daughter's best friend was a Muslim girl. Shandy was her nickname. That was her nickname in Singapore. Also, she had Chinese friends. She learned Mandarin. And that's how I truly believe. It's a long-term aim and it's a long-term plan, but I truly believe Middlesbrough can be the same. It'll take a lot of education for a lot of people out there who probably don't want to hear that message. But as your leader, if I'm elected as mayor, that will be a priority to me. What will I do if I'm mayor? Well, I think we need a mindset change in the town. I think the mould we've been operating under for many years, I'm afraid, is cracked and maybe broken. So we do need a change. We need to come together. And I'm not talking multiculturalism here, I'm talking as a town. All our businessmen should come together, our retailers should come together, our educators should come together. I should be a conduit for all the expertise and all the skills that are out there that people like yourselves have, but a council has never listened to them. We should open our ears and open our arms and say, talk to us, because you are the experts at doing whatever you do. Politicians aren't. Career politicians aren't. You are the experts. That's why I've already set up my mayoral advisory panels. I launched them in January. And they involve the top people in these spheres of business, enterprise, education, retail, services. We could go down, the list is endless, but the big one is community and faith, because I want our communities to come together. One man alone, whoever is successful on this table, or even the candidates who are here, who are not here, I apologise, cannot change this town. Their executive councillors, their cabinet, cannot change this town. Only the town can change this town, and we can change it for the better if we come together. And to come together, we must show respect, irrespective of colours of skin, irrespective of religion. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity we now have. I won't take as long as Mike, I promise. He's a good friend, actually. I give him rides in my car, even though we're competitors, because we are actually all genuine people. I think involvement, and the most important thing, and this is a pledge I gave from day one, if I become mayor, the one thing I promise to deliver, and I will have to fight tooth and nail, and it will not be easy, is the most honest, transparent and open council in the UK. Because there are many people, the vast majority of people outside of politics, who don't trust politicians, who don't trust council leaders, who don't trust councils. The only way we can change that and bring everybody together is if we can show we are honest, we are open and we are transparent, and we are welcoming of our community. That is absolutely essential. It's a bedrock for what I stand for, because without you, I cannot be successful and the town cannot be successful. I wish you all the best and thank you.
Afternoon. I'm Len Junior. I'm a Borwick guy. You've heard that kind of bit before, really. I'm a councillor currently over in God's own country, over in East Middlesbrough. I live in a little village up that way called Brambles Farm. I'm a local lad, and I know about local government. I've been involved in local government. I've worked in the public sector, the private sector, the third sector, charities. I'm on the board of a number of charities. I'm a school governor. I'm a parent of 5 and a grandparent of 4. So I'm not the weight of my kids didn't hang about. But you know, what's been really good, what's been a real eye-opener for me throughout this whole competition, I suppose it is, this is our own X factor. You know, and bit by bit, I started the whole campaign quite a while ago now with friends, actually some friends from this building, you know. And my buzzword became community before politics. And people have picked that up throughout the campaign. Some of the guys on the table have picked things up about people before politics. My second phrase was openness and transparency, and my mate here pinched that off me a while ago. But do you know what? That's really good. And Dave hit the nail on the head. Yeah, we are competitors for a very big job to make a huge difference in our town. But you know what? We're all human. We're all decent people. There are no bad people on this panel. And if there were, by now, throughout the 6 or 7 times we've got together as a group and spoke to different communities across the town, people would have worked that out. I want to open the town up completely. That town hall belongs to the people of Middlesbrough, but you wouldn't think so by the people that are in it. You wouldn't think so by the empty rooms that never get used. I want to open up the scrutiny processes of Middlesbrough. I want people, well-placed people in the community, to lead programmes in this town. I don't want people like me to do it. I want to be a facilitator rather than a leader. I want people in there. I mean, there's lots of things going on. We waste loads of money, you know. We've got people getting £150,000, you know, a year for sitting on their hands a lot of the time. They won't like me saying that, but it's true. The mayoral salary is far too much money for one person given the job. So there's lots of things like that I want to change. I want to create jobs. I want to work with small and medium enterprises, very clever people in the community, and you all know they are, and some of you are those people, that are likely to employ one more person maybe two in the next year, and then go away and find those people and kind of put square pegs in square holes. I want to make a difference to our education in the town. I don't want to challenge schools and say that they're hopeless. I don't want to challenge parents and say you're not trying enough. I want to support both to all pull in the same direction, whether they're council schools or whether they're academies or whether they're private schools. But you know, more than anything, my heart lies in community. I've always been involved in communities where I live and work. I'm an anti-fascist. I've been an anti-fascist pretty much all of my working life. I led an EDL march, an anti-EDL march in Middlesbrough that some of you guys and lots of people from this community came and supported. There was lots of us who would not stand up for those bigots and racists coming into our town, and we were many more than them, and we didn't have to resort to violence in any way, shape or form. We outsung them, we outshouted them, and we came together in a music festival at the end, and we showed them up for what they are. And that's the kind of thing I want to kind of promote more of in Middlesbrough. Togetherness, communities coming together regardless to where you live. We used to have in Middlesbrough kind of postcode battles. You know, people from TS1 would fight with people from TS6. It's hopeless. We've got to change. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And I get it where I live sometimes. Brambles Farm and Thorntree, South Bank, all. You know, but you know what? If you cut us, we all bleed the same. We've all got a heart. We've all got a soul. We all have a God. We just call him different things. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to engender that debate. I want to pull communities together. And I want our town to be your town, to be my town. Thank you for your time.
Four things. Money, business, family, and charity. Money's not a bad word. Millionaire's not a bad word. Aspiring to work hard, to make money, to do well, to have ambition is good. My great-grandmother moved to this town from another country. She wanted a better life. She got a better life. Her son had a better life than her. His son had a better life than him. His son did really well. His son worked really hard. His son prospered. His son has got a big house in the country. His son has done great things. His son is me. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud to be from an immigrant. I'm talking about business. Business is what makes communities. Business is what creates jobs. Business is what would make Middlesbrough better and stronger and wealthier. Too many people think business is bad. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a businessman. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a successful and fair businessman. His wife, the Honourable Khadija, proposed marriage because he was fair and decent and successful. That's a good thing. We need to educate our children to do this. Middlesbrough starts too few businesses. We can create jobs here. I work with businesses now and do it. People want to stay here. This is the only town I've ever known where you have intelligent, decent men with degrees who drive taxis. I want to stop that. There's nothing wrong with driving a taxi, but you shouldn't have to if you don't want to. I want to create jobs for everyone. I'll tell you a little bit about my family. I was brought up to work really hard. That was really important. I was brought up to be very ambitious. I was brought up to be kind. When I was 8, my mother, every Christmas, used to make us write Christmas cards to people we didn't know. Do you know who the Christmas cards were to? They were to people in Russia, in South America, in parts of the world where people get put in prison because of what they believe, where people get put in prison because of who they vote for. The charity was called Amnesty International. It's a brilliant charity, global charity. And I was brought from a very early age to do that. My dad, every Wednesday night, would take me to help people with disabilities. Then it was called the Spastic Society. People with severe physical handicaps. Now, to me, that wasn't kind. To me, that wasn't generous. That was just normal. I want our society, I want Middlesbrough to see that as normal. I want to promote charity. Outside, my sister was with me. My family is really important to me. She's supporting me in this campaign. Outside was a lady called Katie, who's got a business. She's supporting me because I've supported her. I've started 2 charities. One is called the Philanthropic Foundation. We've raised about £90,000 just for Teesside. We've stocked food banks. We've supported the poorest families in schools. We've helped the homeless people. And we've supported schools across the area. I think that's my duty. I'm lucky. I've worked hard. God has been good to me. And I want to share that prosperity. We can do loads more of this. But the first thing we need to do is make more millionaires. We need to make more businesses, make more people richer. I think in this community there are about 10 millionaires. I want to see 50 millionaires. When I left school in 1982, I had just 1 O-level. Couldn't get a job. Middlesbrough had really high unemployment. It had high crime. It had some poor schools. And it had chronic deprivation. Maggie Thatcher was the leader of the government. Everyone blamed Maggie Thatcher. Since then we've had Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron and Nick Clegg. And what's Middlesbrough got? Well, it's got high unemployment, it's got high deprivation, it's got some poor schools, it's got all the same issues. What does that tell us? Middlesbrough's problems are nothing to do with central government. Middlesbrough's problems are all here. We need to boost our centre. I want to get more people living in the centre. I want to start more businesses. I want families to look after their older people. Middlesbrough spends millions of pounds looking after older people. Families should do much more of that. I was brought up with hard work, generosity, peace, and sharing. They were the Christian values I grew up with. When I go to the mosque and I see Imam Wajid Malik, he teaches hard work, ambition, peace, respect, and looking after families. All the same things that I grew up. I want to make Middlesbrough better. We can do it, but we need to change the way we look at things, and we need to start with business to create the jobs and prosperity and the money we need to make changes.